Hi, my name is Ivan Gomez Fonseca. I'm a professional kitchen knife sharpener and polisher. I've been doing this since 1998. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to do METATE, or how to bring back the cutting speed of the NSK Kogyo diamond stone, specifically on the 200 grit stone. Okay, let's go over what we need to do METATE. To start, we're going to use the Oborobocho 200 grit stone, and then this 120 grit hard brick. These work really well at refreshing the surface. And then a wooden stand that I make myself. I just really like how stable these are. But again, you can use a metal or rubber sink bridge or stand. Just has to be really stable. For doing METATE on the 200 grit stone, or refreshing the surface so the cutting speed can be enhanced, we want to use this small extra hard 120 grit brick. This tends to be really effective at bringing that cutting speed back quickly. You can use this before, during, after sharpening. Doesn't really matter, but what it does is quite incredible for this 200 grit stone. We have our stand set up and our 200 grit stone that we're going to be using for METATE, and we have the 120 grit extra hard brick that we're going to use for doing the METATE process, or bringing back the surface. So first thing we want to do is get this wet. One thing I found is that these generally don't need to be soaked. I find they work just fine if the surface of the diamond stone is wet. Then what you want to do is you want to, on an angle and very aggressively, rub the 120 grit stone across your 200 grit stone. Add a bit more water. And go in the opposite direction. And then I like to go back and forth a few times as well. After you've done this, you want to flush this stone completely and clean it. Then what you're going to do is take your knife and start sharpening again. If you do feel it's not aggressive enough for you, then you may need to go back and lightly do the METATE process again, just to bring it up. It takes a bit of time to get used to how to do this, but once you get used to it, it's very easy to do. During sharpening is a pretty natural thing. I found that doing METATE not only is great for the NSK Kogyo stones, 200, sometimes 400, but for all diamond stones in this grit range, METATE is very, very beneficial. But I find for this NSK Kogyo stone, they're slightly softer than other diamond stones, but the METATE works incredibly well for them. As always, before you're doing METATE, make sure that you have a flat surface that you're working on during sharpening, or before or after, by using either the NSK Kogyo diamond stones flattener, or maintaining the flatness with the glass lapping plate, or with the larger 120 brick.